Good morning, children. Namaste. How are you all? I hope you have done your exams well, right? So we came back to the session, right? So in the previous session we have started the lesson states of matter. In states of matter we learn about the three states of matter like solid, liquid, gas. Then we learn about their properties, and matter is made of small particles called molecules, right? So we just once again will recap whatever we have discussed in the previous session, and then we'll continue our lesson. Okay. So this slide is enough for us to recap the first previous session what we learned, children. We learn about the three states matter like solid, liquid, and gas. Solids have definite shape and definite volume. Why do they have definite shape and volume? Molecules in solid are very closely packed. Molecules are tiny particles that make up the matter. That's why solids have definite shape and volume. Examples of solid, you can say pen, pencil, spoon, anything. Liquid. Liquids have no definite shape but have definite volume. We measure the volume of liquid in the form of liters. Molecules in liquids are not closely packed. They can slide and move against each other. Okay. Then examples of liquid we can say like water, oil, milk. Okay. Then we'll go for gas. Gas has no definite shape and no definite volume. They occupy the entire space. Why do they occupy the entire space? I think you remember the experiment I have shown you regarding the smoke. Yes, it occupies entire in the glass because the molecules in gas are very far from each other. They are very loosely packed and they can occupy the entire space. I hope you have recollected what we have discussed earlier. Then, with the continuation with the lesson, we have learned about states of, matters can be interchangeable. Like one state of matter can change into another. That is only because of either heating or cooling. When solid get heated, it changes into liquid. That process is called melting. Melting is very, very useful for us in our day-to-day life, children. Whatever the metal articles are there in our, we use in kitchen utensils, for jewelry, for window frames, and so many things, right? These metal articles are made by melting. When metals get heated, they change into liquid, and then they are molded into different shapes. Example, I can tell you about aluminum. We can make aluminum utensils, aluminum foil, right? Then we learn about exact opposite of melting is freezing. When liquid is cool, it changes into solid is called freezing. When water gets heated, it changes into steam, or due to heat, sunset, water changes into water vapor. That process is called evaporation. Opposite of evaporation process is condensation, changing gas into liquid. When the gas is cold, it changes into liquid. Do you remember, children, the experiment I have shown you about condensation? When we take a hot water and when we cover the lid, you saw the tiny droplets form in the lid, right? You remember? Very good. So what are the four processes we have discussed in the previous session about melting, evaporation, condensation, and freezing? I hope you have recollected whatever the topic we have discussed earlier. Let us move to the next topic now. In today's topic, children, we are going to learn about dissolving solids in water. How solid get mixed in the water. Okay. So before we start, as usual, we will learn first, we will revise the spelling, and then we will revise the new words, and then we'll continue the session. So children, whatever the spellings will come across in this session, learn them and write neatly in your classwork. The first word here is dissolve. 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 What is this first spelling? Dissolve. Next word is soluble. Soluble. Soluble means which can get mixed in the water. Insoluble. Iron, SOLUBLE. Insoluble. Insoluble means do not get mixed in the water or liquid. Solute. 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 Solvent. 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 Children learn spelling of solute and solvent. And when these two get mixed, we get solution. 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 Substances that dissolve in water are called soluble substances. Means this few things get mixed in the water. These are called as an soluble substances. Example, we can go for salt, sugar. These generally get dissolved in the water, generally get mixed in the water. And few substances, when you put it in the water, they won't get mixed in the water, or they do not dissolve in water. These substances are called insoluble substances. Example, sand and chalk. Before we go for that, let us see the lively. What do you mean by soluble and insoluble? Okay. Children, can you see here? I took one glass of water. And here I took some chalk powder. I just crushed a chalk powder. Chalk's colored chalk, I crushed in it. And here I took sugar. Can you see the sugar here? Now what I'm going to do it, I'm going to put a half spoon sugar in the water. Now here sugar is a what, children? Solid. Water is a liquid. Let us see what happened when we put it in the water. I'm going to stir it. Are you able to see the sugar in the water? What is happening? Is it getting mixed? Is it get mixed in the water? Yes, you can see the sugar is moving here inside. Why? Because of stirring, right? Now after 5 minutes, after stirring for 3 times, can you see sugar in this? Little bit is left to red bottle. One more time we stir it. Children, these are the experiment you need to continuously you should try. Okay. So what happened here now? Are you able to see any sugar in the water? No. So sugar get mixed in the water. Clear? Now I'll take one more glass. Again, I'm taking one glass of water here, children. Another glass. In that, I'm going to put here, I took crushed chalk powder, yellow color, crushed chalk powder. Okay, and I'm going to put it in the water. Do you think this powder can be mixed in the water? Let us watch. Oh, it's looking like some juice for you, right? But let's watch it. Again, we'll stir it for 3 times as we did for sugar. Now watch it carefully. Children, you need to have some patience to watch it, because let us see as it is changed into color. Let us see whether the chalk is completely soluble in the water or no. You have to wait for 5 more minutes to watch it. I think, children, at the bottom, if I turn like this, are you able to see something here? That is nothing but your chalk powder here. See, children, I'm going to put it aside and we will again discuss about what happened to the chalk powder. And then we'll come to the conclusion about soluble and insoluble. Okay. So we will learn about solute. Solute is a solid that dissolves in liquid. Here, what is a solute we have taken in this experiment? We took here is a sugar. Sugar is a solid that dissolved in liquid. Which liquid? Water. Then what is a solvent? Solvent is a liquid in which solute dissolve. Here, what is the solvent we took here? Water. Even we can take the example of milk also. And when the solute and solvent get mixed together, what do we get? We get a solution. So what is a solution? The liquid which we get when a solute dissolve in solvent. So what is a solution? The liquid which we get when a solute dissolves in a solvent is a solution. Children, you might be wondering that how come sugar get mixed in the water? Why? What happened when we put sugar in the water? Let us try to understand. See, water is our liquid. How the molecules are arranged in liquid? They are loosely packed. They have a gap between the molecules. You can see here in the slide. Look at the cursor. These are the representation of water molecules. The water molecules are they tightly packed? No, they are little apart. They have a gap between the molecules, right? So, and sugar, here is an example of sugar as a solid. In sugar, these molecules are very closely packed. Okay. When we mix together, what happens? These sugar molecules occupy the space between the water molecules. Look at the cursor. What happens when you stir water? What happens? These molecules start moving and the sugar molecule will take the space between the water molecules. Hence sugar get dissolved in the water. So when sugar is mixed with water, its molecule occupy the empty spaces present between the molecules of water. That's why sugar is soluble in water. Is it possible for all the substances? Are they soluble in the water? Few substances do not get mixed in the water because their molecules cannot occupy the space between the water molecules. Children, we try to learn about soluble and insoluble. In the first glass of water, I put 1 spoon of sugar and we have seen that sugar is soluble in water. And in another glass, again I put a half spoon of chalk powder. And that time we couldn't see clearly whether it is soluble or insoluble. After some time, can you watch it very clearly? The color become light and down at the bottom I'll just try to show you like this. Can you see at the bottom what happened here? The chalk is completely settled at here, right? As it is a colored chalk, even if you're able to see or no, I don't. Yeah, I think so. You can see clearly now from here, right? You can see the chalk powder has completely settled at the bottom. So what do you learn that? It is insoluble in water, means it does not get mixed in the water. Like this, I'm going to give you one activity in that you need to find out whether the following things are soluble or insoluble. This is the activity you need to do and find out, and you have to write in the table whether the things are soluble or insoluble. Already we tried with sugar and almost salt is also soluble. So I given few examples like oil. Don't put so much of oil, just 2 drops of oil. You put it in the water. Then baking soda, which is available at your home to make bhajis, pakoras, or to make you can make cakes and all that, right? Baking powder also you can use. Pepper, wheat flour to make rotis and all that flour, and any biscuit, a small piece of biscuit. You try to find out whether it is soluble and insoluble. And after all doing all these experiments, please do not throw the water. Use it to water the plants, right? So I hope you have enjoyed today and understood about solute, solvent, and solution. Clear? So read the lesson and copy the today's worksheet in the classroom. Thank you, children.